This training video is really for the cadets. If adults want to use as well, that's fine, but it's basically about the 10 techniques that you need as a cadet to gain your red belt. In the adult class, we don't have red belts. We move straight on to yellow belts. But I do expect the adults to know these 10 techniques because they may be asked at some point by a cadet. So if you're an adult watching this and you're training, watch closely. We have 10 techniques. The first 4 techniques are striking techniques: a kick, a punch, an elbow and a knee. Let's start with the kick. Japanese maigeri. Remember to take a good guard, lift your knee, kick back and down. Then on the other side, lift your knee, kick back and down. Turning to the side, you'll see it isn't like a circus horse. It's about getting your knee up, flicking the kick out, bringing it back, putting it down. If it looks like something else, it's not right. So your 10 kicks should look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's move on now to the punches. Shiken. Remember when you're punching that you only use those 2 knuckles. These 2 here, not those. And when you're punching, that's the surface area that you're using. So I don't want to see hands pointing up like that. That's wrong and it could hurt you. I want to see your hand pointing down, and I don't want to see thumbs flopping about because floppy thumbs get broken. So that's what I'm looking for in the punch. How do you deliver it? Starting back from here. As you punch, your elbow brushes against the side of your body and your fist turns. As you pull back the punch, your elbow brushes against the side of your body and your fist turns back. You push this one out. As that one comes in, that one goes out. As that one comes in, that one goes out. So 10 punches looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's have a look at elbow strikes. We tend to do, for the cadets, the rising elbow. And for the purposes of this, it is very important that you make a proper fist. If you make a fist and keep the thumb sticking out when you're doing this elbow technique, the chances are that one day you will stick your thumb in your eye. Not only does it make you look very foolish, it hurts. So let's do this properly. You make a fist again, tuck those fingers in, squeeze that thumb and leave it there. Both hands to here. Imagine you've got an old-fashioned pocket watch and you're going to put it beside your ear and listen to it tick. Then you're going to put it down because you've got another one in the other hand. Remember though, when it goes back into your pocket. So this one goes down and that one goes up. This one goes down and that one goes up. If you want to check it, if you turn sideways, that should be horizontal or level with the floor. If you're doing that and your hand is beside your ear, you're doing the right thing. So 10 elbow strikes looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we've done 3 of the 4 striking techniques. Let's move on to the 4th one. The 4th technique is a knee strike. Hisageri in Japanese. Remember when you're doing this, you're going to use all of the muscles in your leg. This calf muscle here springs off the floor using your toes. Your quadricep here lifts the knee. Your gluteus here pushes it forwards. And if you make a point with your toes, then what happens is the muscles in your knee are pulled tight, and that gives you a good striking surface. So springing off the floor, lifting and pushing forwards, putting it back down, springing off the floor again, lifting and pushing forwards. From the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you'll notice I'm lifting my knee as high as my belt. If you lift your knee as high as your belt, then you're doing it about right. If you lift it too high, you have a chance of falling over, and too low, you're not delivering a knee strike. So what I would say is, remember, get that knee to the height of your belt, and you're about right. Okay, we're now going to move on to the blocking techniques and the stances. We've done the first 4 techniques, which are kick, punch, elbow, knee. We now need the three stances. When you start off and you bow your feet together, you then move to Masubadach, which is a stance in which you would normally stand if you're not doing anything else. Looks a bit like Donald Duck, the feet are turned out. To find the first stance, first position, Hikadach, take the weight on your toes and just move your heels out. Bend your knees. Now you can tell if you're doing this right because you can do that with your heels. If your knees aren't bent, you can't do that. So this is your first stance and that's called Hikadach. The second stance you need to learn is Zenkutsudachi. Simply in Japanese it means leaning forward stance. So you take one leg or the other. I'm going to demonstrate left Zenkutsu. I'm going to step back on my right leg. So left Zenkutsudachi, again about the same width as your shoulders. Front knee is bent, back knee is straight, and try to get the back foot pointing as far forward as you can. Sometimes you won't be able to get it round any further than that. Just persevere, because every time you make this stance, that pulls your Achilles tendon and your hamstring and makes them a little bit more supple, a bit more usable. When you change stance from left Zenkutsu to right Zenkutsu, you keep this front knee bent and you pull your other knee to it and you step across. You then step across with your front leg and make that your back leg. Once again, bend your front knee, straighten your back knee, try to get this back foot into shape. The third stance is Shikodanchi. This is the sumo wrestler stance, and you achieve it by stepping out and sinking in. Your feet should be about 45 degrees. You should try and sink down into it, and it helps before you do this if you pull your trousers up. Because if you've got your trousers around your knees, like a penguin, you ain't going to get this stance. So hold it like that, Shikodanchi. Don't put your hands on your legs. Keep them folded if you're doing nothing with it. Okay, we're going to move on now to the three blocks. Let's have a look at the first block. Let's drop into a nice left Zenkutsu. We just did that stance. And let's pull both hands back to here. This upper rising block, Jodan Agioki, is to prevent someone from hitting you on the head. So you're going to bring your right hand across and you're going to block as if someone's going to hit you on the head. Put it down and put it away. Always it comes back into chamber up here. Not down here, up here. Other hand comes across, block, down, away. This hand comes across, block, down, away. This hand comes across, block. Now hold it there. Check it to make sure it would stop someone hitting you on the head. Bring your other hand across. Your upper hand now turns and your lower hand rises to protect your head while your previous hand drops back into chamber. Let's do that with the other hand. If you bring this hand across, you turn that one, block, and pull this one back into chamber. So 10 upper rising blocks looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you'll notice the blocking hand is always on the outside, the returning hand always on the inside. Let's look now at middle blocks. Again, back to here. Bring your hand across, open it out like a gate, put it away like that. Other hand comes across, block, back and away. This hand comes across, block, back, away. This one comes across, block. Now hold it there, because you're going to bring this hand across, and this hand comes underneath your elbow, and as that blocks on the outside, this hand comes back on the inside. This comes across, it blocks underneath your elbow, and this hand strokes the inside of your elbow as it returns. So we do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nearly finished now. We've done an upper rising block, Jodan Agioki. We've done a middle block, Chudan Uki. We're now going to do a lower block, Gedan Barai. For this, we will adopt the Shikodanchi stance. Pull both hands back to here. This one rises, it comes across your face, across your body, and it strikes Tetsubi just outside of your knee. Pull it back to there and put it away. This one comes up, across your face, across your body, and block, back and away. This one comes up, face, body, strike, back and away. This one comes up, face, body, strike. Now hold it there, because you bring this one up, and as this one returns, you take this hand across your face and it sweeps down your returning arm. Your returning arm ends up in chamber, your striking arm ends up by your knee. This one comes up, it goes across your face, and you might like to think of it as knocking a big hairy spider off your arm. So you would knock it off your arm. This one comes up, as this one's on its way back, you knock it off that arm. So 10 of these lower blocks, get under eye, looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you can do those 10 techniques, if you can do a kick, a punch, an elbow and a knee, 3 stances, 3 blocks, that gets you your red belt. And if you're an adult watching this, that makes sure that everything you do from now on in, all of your katas are going to look good. You can't do good katas if your basics don't work properly. So, watch it again and go away and practice. Arigato.